All right, we're gonna do some cold calls here. I just got off the phone with one of the cold calls that I just made, and it was a big company, right? But he like he wasn't the decision maker, but and I knew he was gonna say no. I called him anyway. I've called him before. They rejected me every time. But the reason I called him was because I knew I was gonna get rejected. And knowing you're gonna get rejected, knowing you've gotten rejected before when you called them up, would tell you not to call them up. But I did anyway. The reason I did is because I wanted that rejection. I wanted that punch in the face, right? I wanted to just get that rejection just to devour it, just to enjoy it, just to eat it up and be like, this ain't shit. Because remember, like, the more rejection you get, the stronger it's going to make you. It really is, because after you're just not, it's going to get to a point where you just don't give a fuck, where you don't give a shit of what amount of rejection you get. So you better get used to it. If there's a company that you've called before, that you've cold called before, and you know you're going to get rejected, you might be hesitant to call them. But if I were you, I would do the same thing that I just did now. I would call them anyway. So we're gonna keep dialing here. Really, like we've gotten one appointment already after talking to five people. So, and this is an area that I've already called almost everyone here. So I'm just doing like this is probably like the sixth round that I'm doing. Some of them recognize my voice, right? But you want that rejection. Make the goal be to get as much rejection as possible, right? Get rejected 10 times. That's the goal, to get rejected 10 times. And now it's almost as if like you look forward to it. So let's keep hammering the phone.
Hello, this is Andres.
Hey man, is this AMC View Painting?
Yes, this is AMCV Paint. How can I help you?
Perfect. Are you guys taking any new residential work right now?
All the time we take residential work.
Perfect. So I just wanted to know really quick, can you guys take about 5 to 10 new bids in the next few weeks?
Yes.
Gotcha. So I'll get straight to the point. So we have one painter in each area who we partner up with and refer work to. And I'm just looking for a solid painter in this area.
Are you part of what the marketing companies?
Like I know you get calls from Angie's and Home Advisor and all those guys, right?
All the time.
Exactly.
All the time.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. And you're not the only painter that gets calls like those. But I'm not one of them or even similar to them. I'm here local in Utah. I'm here in Salt Lake. And so really I was just reaching out to a few painters that I looked up on Google. You were one of them that came up. And I saw you guys do great work. And really, I just kind of wanted to see if you guys can fill in a few holes in the calendar for residential work. Like what's the main type of residential work you guys do?
We do repaint, construction, remodeling,
Okay. So you guys got a good sized crew?
We have 5 painters and then 3 drywallers.
Perfect. Perfect. So really, so would you guys be able to take like a few new jobs here and there on your calendar for residential? He hung up. It's all good. We're gonna call him back. We're gonna call him right back.
Oh, this is Andres Villator.
That's funny. He hung up like mid conversation. It's all good, I've actually spoke to him before, and we had a sales call once. And like I'm telling you, I've called this list a few times, like over and over, but you got to squeeze all the juice out of it. But anyway, so I've called this guy before, and it was the same typical thing. They hang up, they kind of act like they're interested at first, right? But it's all good. You can never let it get down on you, because as soon as you do, you're going to shy away from the next call. You actually want to take that and just eat it up and just be like, all right, look, he's not the right person for my company. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the person that needs me. And we're just in search for that with cold calling outreach method. So we just keep going. I'll even call him back tomorrow. Like, just because he hung up on me today, just because he's not interested today, don't mean that I could probably get him tomorrow. And this is what I mean, that you got to be so freaking ruthless on the phone. You can't let little shit like that, them hanging up on you, ever get you down. Because as soon as you do, you've lost. All right. So be ruthless on the phone. All right. Be a freaking ruthless person on the phone. As in, don't be a dick to people. Don't be rude to people. But by ruthless is as in, like, just don't care what the outcome is. With cold calling, you can't think. You can't think, or else you'll just stay paralyzed and you won't do anything. With cold calling, you just need to do. You just got to do it. Do it. Don't even think about it. Just do it. Don't even pull up your script before you dial the number. Dial the number first, and while it's ringing, then look for your script and pull it up. That's going to force you to just hop right in. Because if you're, pulling up your script and then you're going to read over it a few times and you're just wasting time. What you need to do is just do it. That's cold calling. Less thinking, a lot more doing. So let's keep going.
Of everything residential, and some of it's commercial.
Gotcha.
Are you looking to partner up,
So,
or are you looking?
yeah, so I'll just get straight to the point. So we have one painter in each area who we partner up with and refer work to. And in this case, I was just looking for a solid painting company in this area who can do some great work. Obviously, if you guys can fill in some holes in the calendar, right? So, like, what's the main type of residential work you guys do?
We do everything from interior, exterior, cupboards, epoxy.
That's
Everything.
perfect. Perfect. So, do you guys have a good sized crew?
Do we have what?
A good sized crew?
Yeah, we have several.
Perfect. Perfect. So, really, it's just a simple service. I bring my painter clients new jobs every month. And so we actually manage the whole process. So you guys don't have to do anything but just close the deal once we put the estimate in front of you. So first of all, I find the homeowners in need of the painting, and then I call them up on your behalf, and then we book them on your calendar. And if we weren't to get you any new estimates with our partnership, you wouldn't have to pay us a dime, as we do have a guarantee in place. What do you think about that?
We're probably good. This sounds like an advertisement and partnership.
Look, I know you get calls from Angie's and Home Advisor, Thumbtack, all those guys, right?
Yeah, we're good. I do appreciate it. If you want to send me, I have phone calls to make and stuff, but if you want to send me your information, the schedule at painterbros.com.
Exactly. No, yeah, totally.
All of our emails, and if anybody's interested, they'll reach out to you, but
Sure.
I'm not interested.
Just so you know, I'm not with Angie's or Home Advisor or any of those guys. And because obviously, as you know, they just feed you a big list of leads for you guys to call, which I don't blame you for not being interested in that, right? So we only give you guys estimates.
I do understand that. We're not interested in any more advertising.
Yeah, I totally get it.
If you want to send me an email with some more information, you can, but if not, I'm good. Thank you.
May I at least ask why? You see, like, you got to keep going, you got to keep going, pushing, because what's the worst that can happen? Them hang up just like she hung up on me. So what? No biggie. No biggie. Like, that's what I have to say. No biggie. There's nothing wrong with them hanging up on you. It may make you feel a little jiggity inside, but it doesn't matter, because you need to move on to the next call with just as much certainty. Look, no one wants to cold call. No one wants to do the tough work like that. No one wants to feel ashamed or kind of embarrassed that, they just got body slammed on the phone, just like I did right now. But just remember, you got to be willing to do the hard fucking work just like that. Because if you do what's hard, like the famous quote says, if you do what's hard, everything will be easy. And cold calling is great because it's training you for when you get on the sales call to actually close a deal. This is prospecting. But when you actually get on a sales call to close a prospect into a client, then you've been through all the rejection. And so now you're not nervous for shit when you're actually on a legit sales call. So that right there, you just laugh about that. You just laugh about people hanging up on you. And you're just like, whatever, doesn't matter. And it shouldn't ever hurt your feelings in any type of way, because just remember, they're not saying no to you personally. They're just saying no to the idea. They may already be doing advertising. They may be already knowing what they're doing, but just never take shit personal, really. It always kind of sinks in a little funny, even for me, but that uncomfortness is never going to leave. You're just going to get more comfortable with it. When I was in door-to-door sales for a little bit, I talked to this one guy that was really famous in the door-to-door industry. And he was super famous, multimillionaire, right? He was already teaching seminars, courses, and he was just a big name in the door-to-door industry. And I asked him, I'm like, hey man, like, how do you eliminate that fear of rejection? Like going up to the door, knocking, and just that fear that you have of getting rejected. How do you eliminate that? He's like, Alex, it never goes away. That fear never goes away. You just get more comfortable with it. And it's almost like a wild animal, right? Like it's like you may be scared of it, but once you have that wild animal around you and you know that it's not actually going to kill you because you're taller than it, let's say it's a mountain lion, right? Then you realize that, you know what, like I can make this thing my pet. Look at Mike Tyson, he's got a tiger, right? So never let the rejection get to you. It may get to you here and there, but just know that fear, it's never going to go away, but you are going to get more comfortable with it the more you do it. So let's move on to the next call.
This is Alan.
Hi, is this the painter?
No, sorry. That business has been closed for about 4 years.
Oh, okay. Is this any type of home service business?
Yes,
Gotcha. What do you guys do exactly?
we're air duct cleaners.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. Wrong number there.
Hello, this is Trevor with Ford Painting Company.
Here, are you guys taking any residential work right now?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just wanted to know, can you guys take on about 5 to 10 new bids in the next few weeks?
What company are you with?
I'm not with the company. I'm here in Salt Lake. And I know you get calls like this from Angie's, Home Advisor, like Thumbtack, all those guys, right?
Yep.
Exactly. No, I'm not one of them or affiliated to them, but I'm here in Utah. Really, I'll just get straight to the point. So we just have one painter in each area. Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of the job. I can't talk right now.
Oh, perfect. So just for later on, would you be open to new work later on down the road?
Yeah, I mean, we're a painting company. Of course, we want to do work.
Yeah, no, I don't mean to catch you at a wrong time or anything, but would it be worth the chat later on?
I don't know. It might be. You can send some info to our email.
Sure. So, or what if like I give you a shout tomorrow and you're not busy and we can kind of go from there and see if it's a fit?
Maybe, yeah, tomorrow Saturday. But yeah, you can give me a call tomorrow. Send me an email with more information, and that probably is the best way.
Sure. Yeah, I don't have your email, but what's a good email for you?
It's wardpaintingcompany@gmail.com.
Okay, perfect. All right, man.
Okay.
What was your name?
Have a good one. Thanks, bye.
He's not interested, but he's obviously not interested. But we're gonna follow up on him. I don't think I'd call this guy because I'm moving on to a new area now. I squeezed the whole list of the other area that I've hit like 6 times, but this area is kind of like a newer area, and I don't think I'd call this guy. But we're gonna keep hounding the phone with him because obviously he, like he said, he's a painting company. Of course they're open to the work, but just because he's not open to the idea today doesn't mean he's not going to be open tomorrow. I might have caught him at a wrong time, right? He's in the middle of a job, but I'm gonna follow up with him tomorrow. Obviously, he was hesitant to get off the phone. No big deal. We're just gonna move on to the next one.
How can I help you?
Hey, do you guys take on any new residential work?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just wanted to know, can you guys take on about 5 to 10 new bids in the next few weeks?
Yeah, we can.
So who would I speak to about referring residential work over to you guys?
I think I just spoke with you.
So just, my name's Alex.
What company are you with?
So I'm not with Angie's or Home Advisor or Thumbtack or any of those guys.
What company are you with?
So I'm here in Salt Lake. I'm not with the company. I just partner up with painters and then I refer them to work. And
You don't have, you're not affiliated with any company?
I'm my own
You
company.
do it in your free time?
That's not my free time. I'm a freelancer. I guess you can say that, right? Freelancer. I partner up with painting companies and send them new work. And I mean, I just think you guys look pretty legit. And I genuinely think I can help you guys get new work in the door.
Yeah, I'm not interested in my department. Again, I told you you could send an email out and it will hit everybody's email.
Gotcha. Look,
But
would you at least give me some feedback, like setting everything aside? Like, I don't want to sell you anything, just set everything aside. I just want to understand what like a painting company like you guys would need to actually hear to be open to the idea. Just so I know for myself.
I'm not sure. We just like to have, here's an estimate. Can you go to it? We'll pay you. Or
Yeah.
you need what percent of it? Because it sounds like you want to take a percentage of the bid, or I'm not sure what.
Definitely not. I don't take any percentages or lock you into any type of contracts. And so, like I told you before, like we do all the appointment setting for you, so we only hand them off to you once they are ready for an estimate. So it's not like I'm wasting your guys' time with tire kickers or anything. They genuinely already want an estimate, and that's when I hand them off over to you. And I'm not selling it to like pay per lead or any of that. If you want to go into pricing, we can go into that, but I don't take any of your cuts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is we don't want to, we're done advertising right now. All our stuff is, we're busy enough to be all organic.
Yeah, totally.
And we're working on more of the commercial side. It's just not something that we're interested in my side of things. If we were looking for more residential work or didn't have so much stuff coming in already organically,
Sure.
and we're looking at advertising, then maybe, but right now we're just not into advertising.
So just forgetting the word marketing or advertising, let's just say I had estimates ready for you guys. Would you guys take them?
Okay. I do appreciate it, but I was a lot of time with this. So
I got you.
I'm gonna let you go. Thank you.
Look, before you hang up, would you guys take any estimates if I gave them to you? If I gave you 2 for free? Oh my God. That's so funny. I called her twice. But you see what I mean? Like, it just makes me laugh. But, and I knew it was her too, but you just gotta not care. You gotta have fun with it. Like, I didn't do that intentionally. I didn't call her twice knowing it was her. I knew it was a franchise, but it was a different number. But I guess it's all leading to her. So I thought it was just like a different, same franchise, but like different location, different owner. But either way, like you see that call right there, how she's just like, all right, I don't have time for you, whatever. You just have to be comfortable enough to just not take no for an answer. That's the type of stuff I mean that you got to be ruthless with, relentless. Even if it hurt me that she hung up, I shouldn't care and I shouldn't take it personal, because as soon as you take it personal, you're done. Like you are going to shy away from the next call, and therefore you're not going to make as much calls the next day, and then it's going to get less, and you're just going to spiral down. So just like that, I called her twice on accident, but I still like gave it a shot. And she like was kind of getting there, but not really. And it was worth a shot just to get comfortable with the uncomfiness, because the more comfortable you get with being uncomfortable, just you're gonna become invincible. Like right now, I really feel invincible to where I can just call up anybody, anyone, just put anyone in front of me, and I will give it my shot. I will give it my best shot, even if I still have that like little nervous feeling. Remember, it never goes away. You just get more comfortable with it. So even if I have that little nervous feeling, I'm still going to give it my shot because that means I'm stretching myself. So let's just keep going with the next. All right. No time to waste.
Hello, you have reached Alpine Painters. Sorry we missed.
Good block, right? All right, this is someone that ghosted me. We hopped on a sales call. He ghosted me. Let's call him back. Let's see if he answers. No, but we're gonna double down. You got to get used to that sound.
Por favor,
You got to get used to that sound of the ringing, you know, because like Maurice says, that's the sound of money. Let's double down. He knows it's me. That's why he's not answering. All right. Knows my number by now, I'm pretty sure. Come on, Gabriel. He's not. We're just gonna let it go to voicemail. Perfect. So, all right. Wow. Like today was a rough day. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty rough day. So we finished off at about we did about 30 calls. 30 calls, 8 people answered, and we spoke with 8 people out of 30 that we called. And really it's because most people I feel like already, oh excuse me, most people already know my number because I've called these places so many times, these areas, I mean, I've called them so many times. So they are pretty familiar with my number already, I'm pretty sure. So that's why they're not answering. Who knows, I might get a different number just to actually get them on the phone. But we finished off with about speaking to 8 people and we booked 1 appointment. So I feel like that rate could be higher if we move to a new area. But then again, look, don't ever think that an area is oversaturated because really that's just a limiting belief. Because if you think about it, every area is saturated to an extent because you're not the first to call that area for advertising services. Because other companies like, you know, at least here in the US, right? There's Angie's List, there's Home Advisor, Thumbtack that are lead agency companies. They're big, huge nationwide corporations. They're not local guys like me, or like they're not really doing SMMA. They're more doing it on their website and then they get leads there and then they sell them off, right? So these people that work for these big corporations already have called up all these areas. So don't think that a certain spot is oversaturated because even me that I've called these areas so many times, I can say it's oversaturated, but the reason I keep calling those areas because I might be able to squeeze some more juice out of it. So just know that you want to call each area as if it's a new area that no one's called, right? Just know that everyone's called that area already. So you might as well give it your shot. All right. Because you might be able to do better than the last person that called them up. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up. This is a session right here. I do have to get doing some other work besides prospecting, but we definitely hit our numbers today. I didn't get as much appointments as I wanted to today, but you know what? We all have those days where it's like we get number rejection after rejection after rejection. So let's just keep going. Tomorrow is a new day and let's hit our 20 miles tomorrow, right? Let's go.